Hey there, 8th graders. Welcome. Let's just dive right into this, shall we? Today, we are not just doing some standard run-of-the-mill reading lesson. Nope. We are opening up the Master Craftsman's Communication Toolbox. Think about it. When you read something truly incredible, something that sparks your imagination or teaches you a really profound truth, how do you share it with others? Building a great essay or compelling presentation takes specialized tools. And today, you're going to acquire two of the absolute most important ones for your academic journey.
So here's a question for you. How do you share what you've read without just copying it? I mean, it's so easy to just parrot back exactly what an author wrote, right? But, as you're stepping up into 8th grade and tackling higher level thinking, you really need to prove you actually get the material. If you just copy and paste, well, you're not exactly a craftsman, you're kind of just acting like a photocopier. And we are going to solve that exact problem today.
Plus, there's a higher standard here that goes way beyond just getting good grades. Check out this verse. Let another praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. That's Proverbs 27:2. In our academics, this ancient wisdom reminds us that we really need to honor truth and original thought. We don't just take someone else's hard work, someone else's brilliant words, and pretend they're ours. We process them, we truly understand them, and then we explain them honestly. That is the ultimate standard we're striving for. All right, Section 1, Words Matter, the standard for honest communication. Basically, truly understanding what we read means we need the right tools to communicate it honestly. It's all about respecting that original author while finding your own unique voice. To do that, we've got to master a few specific techniques so we can talk about a text intelligently, completely avoiding plagiarism. Moving on to Section 2, Paraphrasing versus Summarizing, choosing the right tool for the job. Think about it. You wouldn't use a massive sledgehammer to gently tap in a tiny little nail, right? That'd be crazy. Well, in the exact same way, as a writer, you need to know exactly when to paraphrase a text and when to summarize it. So let's look at the difference here. Paraphrasing is basically restating the text in your own words. Think of it like using a magnifying glass on really specific details. You keep all the original detail, but you just change the way it's said. Summarizing, on the flip side, is condensing text down to its key points. It's kind of like taking a high-altitude drone photo of an entire landscape. Paraphrasing zooms way in, summarizing zooms way out to give us the big picture. Which brings us to Section 3, Why These Skills Matter. Academic honesty and true understanding. Look, whether you're writing a history essay, giving a science presentation, or just leading a literature discussion, these two tools are absolutely crucial for your success. Let's break down exactly what these tools actually do for you. First off, using them proves you truly understand the reading. Honestly, anyone can just repeat words, but translating them into your own thoughts, that takes real brain power. Second, the paraphrase tool lets you explain really specific, important details super clearly. Third, the summary tool lets you capture that grand, big picture. And finally, and honestly, this is the most important one, mastering these tools completely protects your academic honesty. It keeps us from directly copying texts and makes sure our personal integrity really shines through our work. Okay, so what does this actually look like in practice? Let's walk through the steps together. Step 1. Stop and ask yourself, do I need the full detail here or just the core message? If you need the details, you paraphrase. If you just need the core message, you summarize. Step 2 is the execution. To paraphrase, you actually have to change the sentence structure and the wording completely, while keeping the exact same meaning. To summarize, you just strip away the minor details until you have only the main, heavy-hitting points left standing. All right, Section 4, let's look at examples, the tools in action. Honestly, seeing these tools in practice is the absolute best way to learn them. Let's do a live demonstration right now to see the exact difference between these two techniques. Here's our first piece of raw material. Read it along with me. The Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the world's oxygen. Now that is a great factual, detailed sentence. If we're writing a research paper, we definitely want to include this amazing fact, but we really need to put it into our own words. We need to grab our magnifying glass and paraphrase. Now check out how we transform it in our paraphrase. The Amazon provides about 1/5 of Earth's oxygen supply. Notice what we did there. We changed the word produces to provides. We changed 20% to 1/5. We swapped worlds for Earths. The whole sentence structure and wording completely changed, but the exact factual meaning totally stayed the same. That right there is a masterclass paraphrase. All right, let's switch tools for a second. Imagine a much larger piece of raw material.
Let's say you just read a massive, dense 3-paragraph history detailing the entire invention of the printing press. You definitely do not have room in your essay to write 3 whole paragraphs about it. So you need to put down the magnifying glass and send up the drone camera.
So we summarize. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't summarize a massive 3-hour superhero movie for your friend by naming every single background extra and telling them the color of their shoes, right? No, you strip away the minor details to find the core message. Look at our summary. The printing press revolutionized communication by making books affordable and accessible. Boom. 3 dense paragraphs condensed into one powerful, highly accurate sentence. Now, the real secret here is that the most brilliant writers, and hey, that is exactly what we're training you to be, use a mixed strategy. In a single paragraph, you might paraphrase a key detail, like Gutenberg used movable type. And then right next to it, you summarize the overall historical impact. The invention transformed how information spread. Using both of those skills side by side, that proves to your reader that you have absolute, total mastery over the reading. Let's move into Section 5, The Godly Learner, Education with a Higher Purpose. Let's step back for a quick moment. At HeroesMart Academy, we purposely intertwine biblical morality with education, because frankly, education without morality can actually hurt. A really sharp, educated mind without a moral compass is a dangerous thing. Romans 8:6-7 teaches us that keeping the mind spiritually minded leads to life and peace. Carnal-mindedness brings death, but our minds, they need to remain spiritually minded, focused entirely on life and truth. Ultimately, knowledge and intelligence should help you make wise, God-honoring choices, rather than just making you, more capable at getting things done. We really want to encourage you to pursue absolute academic excellence while always keeping your mind centered on God, truth, wisdom, and righteous choices. When you make the active choice to paraphrase honestly instead of taking the easy road and plagiarizing, you are making a righteous, God-honoring choice with your education. All right, Section 6, your homework assignment, putting your tools into practice. Okay, it's time to transition from passive listening into some real action. Grab your notebooks. Seriously, hit pause on this explainer right now and jot down these 5 tasks. Number 1, paraphrase one sentence from whatever you're currently reading. Number 2, summarize one full paragraph. Number 3, write a short explanation of the exact difference between your paraphrase and your summary. Number 4, identify a part of your text that is just perfectly suited for paraphrasing. And number 5, identify a part that is way better suited for summarizing. Let's get to work on this. And that brings us right to our final big question for the day. Will you choose to be a master craftsman of your words today? I'm challenging you right now to take these tools, the magnifying glass of paraphrasing and the drone camera of summarizing, and actually use them to deeply understand what you read. Make those wise choices, honor God with your totally original writing, and please never settle for just copying someone else. Dig into that homework, and I will see you in our next explainer.